Set King, aka Mr. Get Your Tank Top Ready. Go to you fine people today to talk about shoe news, and let's talk about the category of sneakerheads. Before we start, I gotta say this, right? Two things. Number one, I want to thank my partner in crime over here when it comes to shoes, because of course y'all know quite a few months back we said who was our favorite person, TV person, when it came to shoes. A lot of people talk about Will Smith. A lot of people talk about Martin Show. Hey, I've even heard people talk about Hang on Mr. Cooper. But you know, we were talking about Kadeem Hardison in a different world.
Wayne.
There you go. Dwayne Wayne. So what I saw was lately everybody have their sneakerhead question. Who was the person? You know, who put it on? Who was that guy? And guess what name I've been hearing lately?
Kadeem Hardison.
There you go. So there you go. So I gotta say, I think you brought that out, my boy.
Yeah, and you know what? I appreciate it. You know, I definitely appreciate it because we getting traction.
Yeah.
But man, even to this day, for those of you that don't know me, I'm a teacher. So I actually was doing a lesson recently, and I used a different world as an example. So I hooked it up, and let the kids look at some of the episodes. And I didn't tell you this off camera, but I even showed them. I'm like, look at them, because they know about shoes, because this generation they got a lot. Everybody got Jordans now. Everybody got sneakers.
Everybody.
And they was like, oh man, homeboy shoe game was just different. I was like, yeah, underrated.
Definitely
underrated. He came, and you know what though? I think it might be because he might be a quality guy, because it wasn't like he had like a wide range of everything, but it just seemed like everything he had was a banger. Just about, from the trainer threes you like,
yeah,
to the trainer SCs.
Yeah,
he was a Nike guy. You didn't see him wear anything but Nikes. But I wonder what he had that we didn't get to see. Off camera.
Probably a lot.
A lot.
You guarantee that right there. But yeah, also I'm hoping that because a little traction, people saying his name. Like how Will got him a Jordan,
sure.
I think he might need to get him one. Because let me tell y'all something. Leave a comment.
Yeah.
Who wants to see a different world Jordan?
I do.
You know what I want to see though? I already know they're gonna do it. I would say 6, but I would love to see a 3. I would love to see a 3.
You know me. Y'all know what I'm.
I know you gonna say 5, but I would love to see a 3.
Yeah.
But I would definitely say it's probably gonna be a 6. Man. Think about it, because of the Carmine blocks and all that. Man. You could probably put that with that different world.
I can picture that now. Give me the a cool gray color, or even a darker gray with that Hillman College gray with that maroon, dark red. Them hits. Yeah. Imagine it all new buck. You know what I mean? All new buck. Just like think about the infrared 6, the black one.
I got you.
So all new buck. And wherever you got them infrared hits, you got that. It's gray, whole shoe solid gray, and then they got that dark red or that dark.
That might be a bomb, baby. You know what I'm talking about,
man? They can do what they want to do. I understand it ain't OG, but what you want on the back? That's a tough one, because obviously it'll be.
I am not gonna lie to you. I wouldn't even want to see the jump, man.
No.
I would like to see that Hillman signal on the back. I would like to see that Hillman symbol.
I like that.
Like to put that H back there.
Yeah, I like that.
I would like to see that Hillman. Yeah, I would like to see that Hillman.
Because like you look at that cactus, that Travis Scott, one shoe got Nike and the other shoe got the,
So one with the jump, man, one with the Hillman College on it. That would be 5. Boy, that'd be 5, boy.
I just dropped a jewel. Y'all ain't got to pay me in that. Just make it happen. What I'm saying?
Pay me. pay me, buddy. Hey, but yeah, let me go to my second topic I want to talk about. I want to put this out there for some of y'all. I know the term sneakerhead is used by a lot of people. That's personally not a word I use. I don't have a problem with anybody who use it, but y'all got to understand, I grew up in the 80s and the 90s. Anybody with head behind them users was a crackhead.
Message.
So I don't say sneakerhead. I am what you call a shoe lover.
Shoe lover, okay.
I'm a shoe lover. I'm not, like I say, I don't have a problem with it. But to say, I'm a sneakerhead. No, I'm telling you, you wasn't going around telling you no head or nothing in the 80s or nothing, because people gonna think crackhead. And I don't want to be that strung out on no shoes.
Say it again.
Let me ask you this though.
Yeah.
And this is just something that just came to me. When did you know you were a shoe guy? Like, Forget the fact. Okay, you got a lot of shoes, you get a lot of shoes, but when did you know you were a shoe guy?
Fourth grade.
I didn't know until I was grown. I didn't know.
Fourth
I didn't know until I was grown.
fourth grade because I can tell you now, I always looked at shoes. As a matter of fact, my childhood best friend GB, I know you be watching this. Me and him met because we had the same type of shoes. Like that's the thing about it. I've always been a shoe person.
That's how me and you met. Like,
Yeah, how we met. Yeah, shoes. See what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's
Yeah.
been my thing. I still remember the forces from like the fourth grade. I did have the Jordan ones, but around about the fourth grade, like I would see older guys with shoes, and I would just be looking at shoes, and I would always want shoes. Never cared about clothes, but I always just wanted them shoes.
Right. And you know me, I knew that, I never looked at it as like, oh, I'm a shoe guy. I just somebody that just I like shoes.
You like shoes?
But at my other job, I worked in the call center, my old job. I
Mhm.
worked in the call center, and it got to a point when I would see people on a regular basis, because there's so many people working in there. I would see people on a regular basis, and when they speak to you, first thing they do,
Look
they
down.
look in your eyes,
Look
and then they
down.
look down.
Look
See
down.
what you got on your feet.
All right, good discussion. So now we are going to get to our topic, okay? Now, this been on my mind for a while because a lot of people, first of all, let me say this. There are absolutely no gatekeepers in the sneaker community.
Message.
Everybody got their own cliques. Everybody got their own things. Some people collectors. Some people just like what's hot. Some people just want what they used to be. Now, it's 3 categories. These are the 3 categories that I would say, and I'm going to let you guys know which one I fall in. Number 1 category is somebody who had these shoes in the past. It's more of a nostalgia thing for them. And they want to have that feeling again because they remember where they was at when they were young. That's more that's a lot of your people that like shoes. Number 2 would be the ones who were denied. Basically, mama and daddy said, no, you can't afford them. Because I want you guys to understand, $100 back then was a lot of money for some shoes. You got to understand the going rate for shoes back then was 25, maybe $30, at the most 50.
Right.
And most people bought their shoes, let's be real, on sale.
Right.
So you telling somebody how you walk into a parent's house in elementary school, middle school, hey, I want a pair of $100 shoes.
Knowing you're gonna grow out of
It grow out of them. First thing they say, how I'm gonna feed you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So those are the ones, those people when they got older, they got money and they just went back and got them. Then you got the third one. The third one is a little funny, but nothing wrong with it. Those are the ones who pretty much into pop culture or whatever trend is going on.
Right.
Nothing's wrong with those people because, like I say, it helps grow the shoe community and bring recognition to it. But those are the ones that say, okay, what's hot out? Okay, I want that. They want the newest, hottest, freshest stuff out. Those are the ones that I would say does in the category. Now, me personally, who I am a mixture of 1 and 2, and I'm gonna explain.
Okay.
All right. So I was able to get a lot of shoes when I was young. I got, like I say, I got the Jordan 3 white cement. I got the Jordan 4 fire red. I got pretty much a good bit of shoes. But back then, you only got 2 pair of shoes. Can't speak for anybody else. I can speak for me. You got a pair back to school. You got a pair for Christmas. And you might have got a pair for your birthday. Y'all done heard me say that before. Now, you got to understand how many shoe drops done came in between that time.
That's a lot, yeah.
So it was a lot of stuff I didn't get. And it was one shoe just specific that I remember that I wanted real bad in middle school. All right. It was that Charles Barkley 180, the black, blue, and red with the force on it.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
I wanted that shoe bad. I actually saw this dude. We had came back from spring break. And he had it on his feet. I was like, man, I want that shoe. I want that shoe. But at the time, okay, so let's go back to the trend. So y'all know how trends used to go.
Mhm.
We wasn't wearing those type of shoes at the time. We were matching our satin/starter jackets, right? So we were wearing something called dope mans. Y'all call them bullet toes here and everything. These shoes came in every color under the sun.
Yeah.
They
yeah,
came
yeah.
black and white, which you wore with your Raiders.
Yeah.
They came with the green and white. We wore those with the Miami Dolphins. The people at the Dolphins. Basically, they had red and white. Like they had all the different colors. So a lot of people were matching their kicks pretty much to their jacket back then.
Right.
But when they dropped that Charles Barkley, and I know y'all say Michael Jordan, but I'm telling y'all, Charles Barkley was a rival when it came to those shoes.
Message.
He had a lot of shoes. I remember being a kid and watching that magazine. He had that little cartoon magazine with him in it with those shoes on. Man, I wanted those shoes bad. And I was able to get those shoes, I don't know, maybe I think 2014 was when I was able to get them. You got to think about it. That was 1992 maybe.
Right.
And you talking about I ain't get the shoes because they meant that much. That was the ones that stuck out, those forces, like some shoes that I really, really wanted. But I had already got starter jacket and some shoes. So of course that wasn't gonna be an option, but that's me. I would say I am definitely someone who had the shoes, but also someone who was denied quite a few of the shoes that came out during that time. Which category are you in?
I'm gonna fall in the second category. Like I got denied a lot. I got shoes, but not like that. I just got shoes. It wasn't necessarily the highlights I can remember. I remember a pair of Air Slants. I remember Zoom Flies. I remember Jumpman Pros, those white, black, and gold Jumpman. And I say it every time they come out, I'm gonna get them. I don't never get them.
I get what ones I had. Bought brand new 1997 first one, the blue and white one.
Okay, see, I had white, black, and gold. I had
I remember those.
The Jordan lows, the playoff lows, the 11s. But where you got two per year, I got three, but it wasn't like no high power nothing. I got one, and see, my birthday and back to school kind of sort of coincide. My birthday is September 2nd, so that's right there.
You stuck
right there at the beginning,
all in one.
But I would get some for the beginning of school. I would get some for Christmas, and I would get some for spring break. But that pair for spring break had to last me until school came back.
Well, you got a spring break pair?
I did, yeah. But when we went back from spring break, Easter, it was more. It wasn't spring break. It was Easter. You know what I'm saying? But I did get that. But it wasn't like it would just be. It would be some stuff. Maybe I don't want to sound ungrateful. Let's just say I would get something. I wouldn't get what I wanted. I would get what I needed.
Got you some Reebok Classic.
Yeah, stuff like that.
Got you some Classic.
Yeah,
you would get the $100. You get the $50.
Yeah. I mean, shoot, back in the days, man, you go to some of them stores, you get 2 for $89.
2 for $80.
You know what I'm saying?
2 for $80.
Yeah.
T-shirt 2 for $20.
Yeah. So I got stuff like that. But now, so I look back and I did get some stuff, but I missed on a whole lot of stuff.
Yeah, I did. I can
so you know what though? I would say I fit in that second category because I go back and get everything, but I looked at it as a blessing too. You know what I mean? Because imagine being the guy that missed everything, and then when you grow up, you still can't get it. You still can't get it.
I mean, that's a hard feeling. Imagine you wanted as a kid, now you got job responsibilities and everything, and you still can't go get it. Let me tell you something. Well, that's a hard feeling, ain't it,
I look at it as being blessed and being able to do it, but then also the fact that they're around because we talk about them Huaraches, man. I forgot back when I was a senior in high school, I got my first pair of them training Huaraches. They was black, white, and gray. And then one of my coaches, Coach Lewis, Big Trav, Coach Lewis, he say, Buckner, I know them ain't the Air Huaraches. I say, yes, Coach, they are. He told me, boy, where you get them from? And I told him, and then he said, man, I'm gonna have to go back and get me some of them. And sure enough, like a couple days, I say, Coach, man, I thought you was going to get me. I got a job. I don't pay no bills and nothing. I'm in high school.
Yeah.
I say, Coach, I thought you was gonna get your Huaraches. He say, had a bill to pay, man.
Had a bill to pay.
So yeah, I would say I was that guy that I got denied a lot, but I'm the guy that I can go back and get what I want. And thankfully, they came up with the idea of retro, because who's to say we'd have probably been following trends if they didn't have the idea of the retro to even bring that stuff back for us to get it.
Yeah, I mean, I got you, but then let's bring to the third category the ones who pretty much, I say the ones who go with the trends. I don't have a problem with those people at all.
No,
a lot of people do. No. The only thing that upset me about people is have your own mindset about it. Like I get it, trust me, I get it. I understand where we at right now because let's just be honest. Like I had a whole conversation with somebody about Jordans, right? And they were wondering, like, why is it that people acting so crazy about Travis Scott shoes? And I told them it's simple. It's a status symbol.
That's it.
It's a status symbol. I said it's no different. We were young. Jordans were a status symbol.
Right.
And it was. And a lot of people wanted that status symbol during that time. Because think about it. Who were the people that had the Jordan during my time? It were the dope boys or the ones who had it like that, right?
Right.
Like you wouldn't, let's be real. I mean, if you were in a school dance, It might be when I was in middle school, it might be 2 people in there with them on.
Right, for sure.
So that's why I say like it's more of a status symbol, and those people are the ones you see realistically who are your resellers. And realistically, no offense, those are the ones who found an end to become popular.
Right.
Because shoes do, regardless of what you think, shoes do make people popular in school. They do make people popular. I've been that person like, so I mean, I get all this piece of it, but my biggest thing is when it comes to this shoe lifestyle is that it's gonna go on forever.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So with the fact it going on forever, you don't have to get everything. I'm watching a lot of people just buying up stuff, and I tell them like I say, I got a lot of kids I've coached. I got a lot of people that I know who have the shoes, and they just buying up. Oh yeah, bro, you remember we used to da da da. I said, man, do you understand those shoes used to drop maybe one every 3 to 4 months?
That's it.
You're not gonna keep doing this. I say you don't like all these shoes. When I tell people say, well, your shoe collection, you're talking 20 plus years. Like you talking like I did not get every shoe I like. Like to this day, I probably got a small collection compared to somebody who probably been collecting probably since 2019 because they done bought every shoe that come out.
Yeah, and I had to stop. I used to do that a lot too with certain stuff, but then I was like, I gotta stop doing that, man, because some stuff I might get and don't even wear. And I'm the type of person I don't buy but one pair, you know. And if I buy it, I'm gonna wear it, but then I look at it like, man, I don't really like it. So I'm like, you know what? I got to a point with retros. If it's not an old retro or original color, I don't have to have it. I don't have to have it. So some stuff I pass on. Like even believe it or not, with the Jordan 2s. Speaking of Kadeem Hardison, that's the reason I like Jordan 2s. I didn't initially because when I think back on when I started realizing what Jordans were, it was about when the 5s came along because I was 5 years old.
Like I'm that age. Yeah,
I'm 38 years old. I'm just myself and Air Jordan with the same age. I'm 38, yeah. So I started realizing what they were around the time the 5s came about. So I missed the 1s, I missed the 2s. You know, I remember looking at a magazine when I was about 10, 11 years old, and I saw a pair of Jordan 4s, and I'd never seen them before. So it took, you know, they picked up from where I was, and I started liking them from that point on. But going back when they started retro and stuff, I saw, you know, Kadeem Hardison on A Different World with the 2s on. I'm like, man, okay, so if he had them on back then, it had to be a hot shoe. So I'm guilty of it too. I only like the 2s because of something I seen.
Well, I got to be honest with you. I can't say that. My experience with the 2s was first time I ever saw it. Let me say this. Jordan 2s kind of flew under the radar.
Yeah,
I can tell y'all that now.
Yeah,
I was young. It was kind of flew under the radar. A dude in my neighborhood, Marquette, we used to go to the bus stop. He actually had the 2s. I remember he had the 2s. He went to the school, but you know nobody really knew who they were because they dunk contest. Nobody really paid attention to the 3. So and then the next time, I know y'all noticed that I had the first retro 1. So when I went to the store, I was actually going because they had that retro 2. Somebody say, "Oh yeah, they got them retro 2s on sale." I think they were like $40.
I saw them on Martin. Remember when what's the lady name from the Jeffersons? Florence, she was Miss Minnie on Martin. She showed them in Nipsey's and put them on the table.
Martin Payne, are you out your mind?
Hey, we chillin', Miss Minnie. What you want?
I tell you what I don't want. I don't want your funky shoes in the middle of my clean living room.
You looking like
that one thing about you. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you what I told this man.
He looking like I don't know.
Listen,
but he'll be able to find it.
Let me explain to this man. I told him, I can tell his age group.
Yeah.
When Martin was on, I was in the streets.
Hey,
listen, I watched Martin. Yes, I did. But buddy, I can't tell you every episode. You know why? Listen, I was in high school and I played football. And I had a girlfriend. Listen, I was in the streets. Listen, I would sit around and watch that TV every week. Now I can tell you that now.
1994, I was 9 years old.
1994, I was 17.
And
so you know what's going on.
She came to Nipsey's and he had the 2s and dropped them on the table where they were sitting down chilling at. Like, I know he gonna find it.
And I went to go, and that's what I'm saying. I went because I was at school that day, and somebody told me they had them. They was $40. And when I got there, they didn't have them. They had the Jordan 1s for $20 on the table, and that's when I bought the Jordan 1s for $20. $20.
I want, man, and I wonder though. I wonder what would have happened had he not came back, because they had they had the 1s, they had the 2s, they had the 3s. You know, there was a plan for the 5s to come back, but they scrapped them because he came back. Yeah. So I wonder what they have kept going, because man, that was an era for sneakers.
I think they would have, but I mean, if you know the history, I'm not gonna
Yeah.
go in deep in it. He was coming back.
Yeah.
He just had to take a break. He had to have a lay
Yeah.
down. Without saying too much, what's understood on what be talked about.
Yeah,
He
yeah,
had to have
yeah.
a lay down for a little while,
Yeah.
and he was coming back. I think what happened was during that time period, it's like they end up finding out something that they didn't know. That we can bring back these old shoes and people gonna want them.
Yeah.
And from there, it was on and popping. Like
Yeah.
I mean, like I told, like I think I said in previous videos, that's when they started retro and everything around about like I want to say like 99. That's when we from 99 down,
Yeah.
it was on and
Yeah.
popping. Every time I look
Every
up
time.
the Air Maxes and all the rest of the shoes, they just started coming back with them. So that right there was, you know, my experience pretty much that I had with the retro.
I think through Jordan, they realized that, okay, he doesn't have to necessarily be playing in them for people to want them. Because I heard it was talks that after the 9, they was going to scrap it. But, you know, they still, even though he didn't play, they still sold well. You know, because you look at the bottom of the 9, it's a whole lot of, well, not, I'm sorry, the 10.
I'm about to say, I'm about to go to correct you on that one. I got you.
Yeah, the bottom of the 10. So, speaking of that 10, that story, I got to tell the people the story, man.
Go ahead.
With family, you know, I had a certain uncle. I ain't gonna mention his name, even though it's 30 years later. I ain't gonna, because I don't want to get him in no hot water. He had the olive 9s. He had one pair of olive 9s, but he had the powder blue 10s. He had two pair of those. He had two pair of those. That next year, when them powder blue 10s, I remember the jump man facing the same way and everything. I used to go in his room and mess with the shoes. He had two girlfriends, two girlfriends, and each of them bought him the same shoes. Now, how he explained that, I don't know, but the man had two pair of powder blue 10. That was a crazy story. Now, he ever see this, he'll probably laugh. Matter of fact, I think once it come out, I'm gonna send it to him just on this part, so he'll know. Like, yeah, I remember that. Like, but that's the craziest thing I ever seen with, like, because we talk about shoes and the cost of them. You know how hard what it was to come by one pair.
Yeah.
He got two.
Yeah,
so that means he was the man.
He the man. That's what I mean. That mean he the man.
Yeah.
But you know, like I said, during that time, and we talking about stories, shoes hit everybody differently, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Like the way you feel about them, your uncle had those shoes, and I bet he probably don't even wear them no more, right?
Every now and again you'll see him in a pair. Every great moon.
Because that's what I mean. At the time, he was living his youth.
Yeah.
Some of us, we always wanted that nostalgia, that feeling of the shoes. And I never forget when I got the Bread 11s in 2001. I was sitting there on a little stoop with a guy. He was an older guy. Now, you know, if he's saying older than me, he got to be older. But he was sitting there, I think I was in my early 20s then.
Okay.
He told me, he said, I've been buying Jordans since 1985. And all I could think to myself, and I told him, I said, well, I hope I'll probably be the same way into him during that time.
Yeah.
And look at me now.
Yeah.
You know, nothing changed. I done told people, I said, I'll be in a nursing home. Just put me a fresh pair on every day.
I'm the same way. I'm the same way. I think, man, you know, when I'm 60, I'm going to still be doing the same thing. But you know what I do wonder about? Because a lot of guys who fit in that category of, you know, they used to get everything when they was younger and they go back. But you got some guys that used to get everything when they was younger that don't go back because they done had them all.
Yeah.
But I wonder how those guys, because look at all of the things that we talked about over the past couple of weeks, the quality issues and stuff like that over the years. Like, how do those guys feel? Like somebody like
I fell in that category.
You know, when you know what it's like to have an 89 a retro 4, not a retro 4, original 4 from 1989. You know what that's like.
Mm-hmm.
Then to come across one in 2012, this ain't right.
Let me tell you the worst feeling. The worst feeling to actually have the shoe still, and then you go put the retro on. Oh, yeah. You know, that's how I got messed up in 2013.
Oh yeah.
When I think it was 13. What year that Cherry 13 came out?
13. The first one was 2010.
Now come on up then.
It had to be 18 or 19 then. Recently, I can go pull it
no,
out.
I think. No. It had to be doing. It had to be before then. Was it 14?
Talking about the Cherry 13?
Yeah.
I got two. I got the last. I got both of the retros for it. We can
for the last two.
Yeah.
All right, pull them out. Let them see. So we got the shoe here. I was wrong about it. It was 17. So what I want. So I want y'all to know what year was that?
2010.
Okay. So what happened was I go to the store, they had them available, and I said, you know, let me see that 13. I put the shoe on, I touch it. I can't do this. Hey, the man was like, what you mean? Because I was buying another pair that day, and I said, let me get them too.
Okay.
And I said, I can't do this. He said, what you mean? I said, man, I got the OGs at the house right now. I said, and touching these right here, I said, ain't no way I can do it. And I had to change that. Yes, you will be, I don't say spoiled, but yes, it will mess you up if you have the original shoes or if you had the original shoes, because it's just what it is. They're not making those shoes like that anymore.
Never.
Right.
The factories are not the same anymore. Everything about it's not the same. So we have to pretty much accept that you either gonna take them the way they are,
Right.
or leave them in the store.
Right.
Message.
And do I regret that day? A little, but not much. Because at the end of the day, I do have the original ones.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Of course, I'm not wearing the original, but that's the biggest thing when I say when it comes to the shoes. It's like when you are like going back to our category, somebody who's number one, the person who actually had them before, is that they probably like, why would I do that when I know what it's like? Like you can't, you didn't had the best, so it's like now I got to take this downgrade.
And see, you know what though? To your point, it was something you just not said about do I wear the original? No, I don't wear the original.
No.
What people got to understand is that, because I got questioned, like, okay, I just went in the closet, so somebody watching the video gonna say, man, he got the shoe in too. Why would he buy it again? Nothing lasts forever. Like it's the same exact color.
Nope.
It's so to keep it going, like it might. I had this first one in 2010, but it took me a couple years to even pull that one out because I'm still wearing this one.
You still wearing on 2010?
Yeah, because the way you keep them going is to wear them.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Open that up, boy.
Yeah.
Open that up. 20. Oh, show the box now. Let them know. Let them know what it looked like. Let them know what
This the bubble box or whatever they call it.
Yeah. Open that up. Let them see that. Well, so you still wearing your 2010, pal?
Yep, you see no separation, none of that stuff.
Let me see.
Might not be.
Now this one, no. It's foul on the play.
What happened?
This one feel better than that one. That's why you still wearing it.
I like that one better.
Foul on the play.
I like the new one better.
Nah, touch that toe box. Touch that toe box. Touch that toe box.
Okay.
Now touch that toe box right there.
Okay, this one is a little stiffer. Yeah.
So that's the reason why you still wearing them.
Well, yeah, it could have been, like I said, because me personally,
I can tell you one thing that ain't right.
What's that?
You see that bottom? Because I got the OGs.
Yeah.
Oh, right color bottom. See,
they changed certain things, like you said, those subtle changes.
Those subtle changes.
Yeah, those subtle changes. No, yeah, because like even my the playoff 13s, I got the ones from I got a pair in 2011, and I got the more recent ones from last year. It's something on those that are different. All of them got something subtle, but yeah, I think what was about this shoe from the OG you could tell, because I know some of them shoes.
I can tell you off the rip.
It was
you ain't gotta look at that. Okay. All you gotta do is touch the shoe. You know the difference.
I ain't talking about that. See, like this right here, I think.
Listen, this shoe is lighter than the OG. The OG is heavier.
Okay, see, this one don't got nothing on the back.
And plus, you see how this right here?
Yeah.
None of that. If you touch the tongue on OG, like you'll see it, this not showing.
Oh, see, yeah. There you go then. But yeah, like I think one of those pairs I got, it might be the black and red ones. On the back of that part that says Jordan is a retro got 13, but the OG didn't have nothing behind it. I think they were just doing something different. So I don't know. But yeah, there you go. I guess that's why we had to compare them. Like,
yeah, you got to compare them.
To me, I like that one better, but you like this
that one better. That one feel a lot better to me.
Yeah.
And that would feel a lot better to me. I just have to admit. But only what I say one thing they do though, I see QC issues on this one though.
Yeah, for sure.
Definitely see QC issues.
For sure.
But yeah, that pretty much wraps it up. Our sneaker discussion. What category are you in? No judgment over here. Are you somebody who used to have these shoes and you just want them because you used to have them and you want them back again? Or are you the person who never got them? He would deny them and then now you can buy them and go get them? Or are you the person just going with the trend? Because right now, I see sneaker balls and I see ladies I know never wore shoes before. Now they got the Jordans on. They telling me about J's now. So
well, you know what though, and then we can this is probably another conversation for another day. But this makes me think of something you asked me about, like when I was buying them shoes and that 20, especially the 3s and the 4s from that 2011 to 2012 era, where you getting all the original colors, but the ones that should have Nike Air on the back, they got Jumpman.
Yeah.
So now that they giving us Nike Air again, what do you do with those? Because again,
as for a reefer,
that speaks to my category. Like, okay, I was just happy to get the shoe no matter what, so I got them. But what do you guys do? For those of you that was getting them back then, do you still keep them? Do you get rid of them? I know me, I'm gonna keep mine because
You want to know the fortunate thing about the times we live in now? They sell back tabs. People can change.
they can
the back
swap them.
tab.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
can swap back
yeah.
tabs. Like
yeah.
we live in
True
different
story.
times
True
right now.
story, yeah.
I mean, I don't have an issue with it, but right now we Frankenstein shoes, and I call it we Frankenstein shoes right now. Like I told you earlier, you can pretty much take soul swap most of your shoes out now, so we pretty much Frankenstein.
Yeah,
So I
for
mean,
sure.
yeah, so that's not an issue anymore. You can even switch out your back tab. But that's been our discussion for today. Leave some comments, but always remember over here, we keep the body tight, feet right. Later.